Hey, how's it going everyone? What is up? And welcome to my Arrow review for this week. I want to go ahead and, I know I apologize at the beginning of almost every video. But this one isn't for latency or anything. This is because I am really tired. I decided to pull an almost 24-hour day just to be able to put this out at a decent time. So I am going to, slur some words, and I just want to apologize for that. Pretty tired right now, but I'm gonna truck through this. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into the top 5 moments. So my number 5 moment is Felicity is likable again. The past few episodes, or the past season in general, she's been totally unlikable in my opinion. And while it was character development, it still sucked, again, in my opinion. But in this episode, they really brought out the old season 2 Felicity, and she was really likable again. She actually helped Oliver instead of yelling at him and making him feel like shit. Although there was that last scene where she was actually likable again, and she tells Oliver all of that, and and then the phone rings with Ray Palmer. I'm like, I just burst out laughing for some reason. I guess I'm cynical like that. I don't know. But yeah, she is likable again, and I hope she stays like that. And now I kind of hope she doesn't die. So my number 4 moment is the Lazarus Pit. We get to see the Lazarus Pit in action. Ray talks about it to Oliver, talks about it with Oliver, and later in the episode we see a demonstration with it where when Nyssa attacks him out of anger of him offering the air to the demon, I guess, to Oliver, she attacks him, he cuts his hand grabbing her sword, and he dips it in the Lazarus Pit, and it's healed. So that's pretty cool to see. They didn't call it the Lazarus Pit specifically, but I do think we're going to see a lot more of it, and it's really interesting, to actually have it, because I don't think they were going to do this sort of thing, like superpowers and stuff on Arrow, at first, but they did, and it's awesome. But yeah, on to the next moment. So my number 3 moment is Lance turns on Oliver, and this is leading up to that big storyline which was previewed in the Arrow Sizzle trailer, caused by my number 1 moment, which we'll talk about in a second. But giant spoilers here if you haven't saw the Sizzle trailer, because it did have a ton of spoilers for the rest of the season. But Lance figures out Oliver's identity and is taking him down. He sacks the Arrow Cave, which is probably going to lead them to the second cave that Oliver was in the finale of last season. But anyways, yeah, main point is Lance turns on Oliver. And it's going to be nice to see that play out. That old season 1 Lance is coming back out and he's going to start being a dick again. That's going to be cool. Not really. I like this Lance. But he's probably going to die, so it don't really matter. And my number 2 moment is Laurel and Nyssa go out to dinner. And Nyssa might be training Laurel, which is a really cool moment because I actually like Nyssa's character because she's one of the Spartacus recruits. She played a really big Spartacus character. Cannot remember her name at the moment. But I really enjoyed her character in Spartacus, and I'm glad she's getting a bigger role with possibly becoming Laurel's Black Canary trainer. From the League of Assassins. But yeah, it's pretty cool to see that. I wanted to say something really stupid right there, and you guys do not know how much strength it took not to say something stupid, and I didn't have the strength not to say that I was about to say something stupid. Anyways, back to the moment. But yeah, Laurel and Nyssa go out to dinner. That's the moment. And my number 1 moment, to get super serious, Oliver turns down his invite to the super secret evil club, and Raish, they can't decide on how to say his name either, starts taking lives in the Arrow's name. I gotta say though, Matt Nable did not look half bad in that Arrow suit. I mean, come on, give the guy some credit. I'm just saying, he pulled that shit off good. Raish all Arrow, I'm calling it now. He looked amazing. I'm just saying. But yeah, so Oliver turns down his invite to lead the super secret evil club, and it's really gonna play into the last half of the season. I don't know if these are cutting these up 1 to 10 is the first, 10 to 15 or 10 to 20 is the second, and then 20 to 23 is the last. I don't know if they're cutting those up, because Raish, he's going to be like an overlaying evil from 10 to 20 as we've seen so far. But in 20 to 23, it's really going to hit the fan. It's nice to see that come to fruition, and we're actually seeing the reason that it's probably going to go down. Oliver declines the invite. It's not really an invite, it's an order, and he says no. So it's going to be really interesting to see that and see the villain of the week shit go away. I'm still waiting for that to go away in The Flash. I really thought they had their story thought out at the beginning, but apparently they didn't. I really don't like villain of the week, and I'm hoping to see that on Arrow go away soon. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into my review. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys my review score, and then talk about why it's that. And it's a 9 out of 10. I gave The Flash a 10 out of 10 just because I wish I had the picture, because it describes it amazingly. But you've probably seen it. You know what I'm talking about. You probably don't know what I'm talking about, but you know what I'm talking about. So 9 out of 10. The pros of that, the reason it's so high is Matt Gable steals every scene he is in. That guy is just freaking amazingly talented, and he really blew me away on the Ra's al Ghul performance this season and in every scene that he's in. The next thing to add on to the pros are Oliver is rekindling that old Arrow fire that he had in season 1 that made him want to do what he does and risk his life for the people of Starling City. It was really nice to see that come back. And another one on the pros is starting the new Black Canary training. As I said before, Nyssa is probably going to be training Laurel, and it's going to be really nice to see that. And see the Black Canary actually start to not get her ass kicked. But, you know, kick ass. So, yeah. And the last thing on the pros is Roy and Thea's reunion, essentially. I really hope it's going to be like an Arsenal Speedy thing, because Thea did get cast for a mask. Or Willa Holland, I should probably say. She's not the character in real life. Jesus. But yeah, they have a reunion. I think something's gonna go on there. Even though Thea was pretty fucked in this episode, like, mentally, I don't think that was like a one-time thing. But yeah, now to the cons. And there was only one con, and I know you're probably all thinking, whoa, IGN up in this shit, taking off a whole point for one thing. Yeah, but that one thing was the thing that Arrow is going off of. The one thing that I don't like in the whole thing. The villain of the week, but specifically this villain of the week, Murmur, or whatever the hell his name was, just sucked. He had a little backstory, and he was merely there for show and tell, and an emotional scene crasher between Laurel and Captain Lance at the police station. He had no really good reason for doing what he was doing. It's just, I'm evil, twirl me mustache. I really didn't enjoy that. But overall, besides that, it was a very good episode. It sets up the next set of plots. I almost said plots. I don't know why I almost said plots. But yeah, guys, this review is carried on long enough. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know how stupid I am in the comments below, and I will see you guys on the next one.